Hey y'all, I'm Hope here at Crafty Hope and welcome. As you can see, I am working on day 9 of Art Journal Advent. The prompt for this day is Dreamy. Now this challenge takes place on Instagram and comes from Michelle at Raspberry Blue Sky and Tamara at Mara Creative Studio. You'll find those links. I'll try to put them below for both the Art Journal Advent and both of their Instagram profiles, so you can kind of check it out and learn more about it and them. Basically, it's a 24-day challenge during the Advent period, which is December 1st through 24th. So, like when you would have an Advent calendar. And each day, a different artist has given a prompt for us to do. I'm actually today, I'm recording this on the 20th. I'm a day or two behind, but I did turn on the camera to record day 9, which was Dreamy, because I had a vague idea of what I was going to do. And I don't know why I didn't turn on my camera more often during this, but it was more like I wanted to really work on doing some daily art. And I've mostly done that, but this Christmas season, especially this week of leading up to Christmas, has been, it's been a booger. It's been great. And also, I've had some friends come in from out of town, longtime friends, but I've also been struggling with sick and trying to get the Christmas stuff done, and it's been a booger. So, I'm behind on a little bit of everything. So this, like I said, is day 9 of that Art Journal Advent challenge. I came in first with some collage. I think I just used my Uhu glue stick there. And once all of my scrap papers were down, I grabbed some gesso and my favorite Americana craft paint in sea glass. And you can see I put the gesso at the bottom and that Americana at the top. I put way too much. So I'm, painting it off over on an old book page sheet. So I'll have that for later to do something with. I really wanted kind of an ombre effect here with the whites mostly at the bottom. I'm going to bring in something else here to kind of help it a little bit more, be darker at the top like I want it. So I am scraping back some of the paint to kind of reveal some of that collage that I put down. It didn't do a great job, but yeah. And then I scraped, I had too much blue there at the bottom, so I added a bit more of the gesso, probably far too much of that gesso, y'all, honestly. But I'm going to go across the whole bottom and spread that out a little bit to make it a bit more white. From there, I grabbed some Payne's gray acrylic paint. Just, you can see the tiniest little dab. I've got a super wet paintbrush there. I'm mixing it in with some of that excess paint that I've got on that other page. And I just put a little bit of a line across the top that I'm trying to pull down into the page. And it just, it was not going the way I wanted. It was like, well, this is too much. Well, that's not enough. I just wanted it darker at the top and lighter at the bottom. Kind of a wintry scene, I suppose. Like snowish on the ground, maybe. I don't know. I just wanted it lighter on the bottom. And, so once I get all that paint down, I finally have it dark at the top. I think, am I going to go ahead and dry it? Yeah, I decided everything was still super wet. So I went ahead and dried it. I brought in a little bit more of that Payne's gray over on that extra sheet. And I'm going to put just a little bit I'm going to make some finger dots. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I did. So I'm bringing that in, just going to put it around randomly on the page, some dots, making sure that like at the edges, I go off the page a little bit just so it feels more continuous, like it's more organic, that it's not just central to the page. And I was a little persnickety with this, you can see, trying to make sure I had fairly good coverage with this. Now this Payne's gray in particular tends to be super plasticky and kind of shiny, and I was okay with that for this particular page. A lot of times with this one I'll water it down so it's not like I did at the top of this page, so it's not so shiny. I was trying to make sure I had an odd number of dots as well, and that it didn't feel a whole lot like a pattern. I wanted it to feel organic and not like all of the dots lined up perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and dry these real quick because I had that on kind of thick. And then I grabbed this. It is a cheap rollerball pen from Dollar Tree. It's the R2 pen. And I am putting down, I'm just doing like 4 of them at a time. So I'm putting down, going around 4 of them kind of messily, and then getting a super watery paintbrush and going around them. What I really want are these to drip. So I'm holding my page up. I'll probably bang it down in a second, trying to get that water to start sliding down with that ink. Now I'm doing this only 4 at a time because if that ink is given a chance to dry, it doesn't get that blurry effect that I really want. I could have also used my Stabilo All pencil to do this, but for some reason this time around I grabbed that cheapo pen that bleeds. So I'm going to keep doing this, like I said, 4 at a time and going around it. Now, I hope your Christmas season has not, or your holiday season, if you don't celebrate Christmas and you celebrate Hanukkah, which I believe does it start on Christmas this year? I can't remember. One of my mom's best friends is Jewish, and my mom said something about it's starting on Christmas, but that doesn't seem right. That seems awful late. I haven't looked at the calendar to check. But if whatever you celebrate, I hope this holiday season is treating you well. I know it's been kind of a funky one for everybody. I know that a lot of us artists are struggling. There haven't been a lot of sales. Local businesses have been struggling. So I hope that your spirits are staying high. I've struggled a bit this season, but I'm trying to keep myself busy and almost too busy. This art journal event has been something, though, that I have been looking forward to almost every day, the days that I can. And this week has been a lot of fun, but I've gotten behind on it. I've gotten to see some longtime friends that have surprised us by coming in town and not letting anybody know. But it's been really great, and I think that's going to be probably the highlight of my holiday season. But we'll see. It's not over yet, for sure. All right, you can see I got all of those strips down and I dried it well, and I decided to bring in a little bit of gold, a little bit of sparkle. So I'm going around the initial dots that I made, the darkest part of the dots, not that outer ring that I made with the ink. So I'm going to go around each of those. This is a Uniball Signo gel pen in gold. It's a beautiful pen. I'll bring some more gold into this in a minute because I felt like I needed it continuous. So I knew going into this, I wanted to bring something kind of that the prompt is dreamy. So I wanted something kind of hazy and dreamlike, and vellum seemed the way to go. The only vellum I really have is a little stack of envelopes that I have. So I tore down an envelope to kind of have it go across my page. You can see I'm kind of looking at it. I'll end up picking up another piece I think I have on the side or something. And I just wanted a strip across. I was trying to figure out how I wanted it. And I was trying to figure out what kind of sentiment I wanted to put on this. And y'all, I racked my brain trying to come up with something that felt right. But in the end, the prompt word is what's going to feel right to me for this. And I am thinking far too long on this. I kept some of this fiddling in here. Sometimes I do some of this off camera or I'll edit it out, but I wanted you to see that I thought quite a while about this, about how I wanted to lay this out and what I wanted it to be. And you can see I'm delaying. I'm like, okay, what I need are some more splatters or some splatters on here in gold. I need more gold. So I grabbed my Liquitex acrylic ink in bright gold and a fan brush, watered that fan brush down, took that right off the little eyedropper thing that's in there and just splatter that on the page. Then I'll dry it because that gold shows up so much better when you dry it. And then, I'm going to play with those strips of vellum a little bit more. Y'all, I don't know why I'm being so fussy about this. I do decide to ink up the edges of this so that well, first off, I like the finished edge feel of this, but also it'll help the edges of the vellum be a little more evident, so you can tell that there's something there is something kind of weird going on there. I'm using Distress ink and walnut stain there on just an ink blender, and you can definitely see the lines of that. So I stepped away to kind of try out several different markers to figure out what I wanted to use to write on there and what I wanted to write. And I decided on these, oh y'all, I can't remember which markers they are. They're from Five Below, and they're either, I think they're called illustration markers. I think that's what I ended up with, because I tried some alcohol markers, but I didn't have any colors that I really liked, and I liked this kind of smoky brown gray. So, and like I said, I just wrote the word dreamy in my handwriting. I'm going to do a little bit of thickening up the down strokes, so some of that hand lettering technique on there. And because vellum can be real persnickety about what adhesives it works best with, I'm going to end up stapling this. And it's something I don't ever do. But I knew that I hadn't completed that page behind this, so I could just cover it up, that back side of that staple. And looking at this, I really didn't like how the vellum was hitting the inside, the crease in the center, so I just tore it down, inked it up. I'm going to decide that I need to ink all of the outside edges of this page and frame it up a little bit, and then once that is done, y'all, I'm pretty sure I am done with this page. I kept it super simple. Like I said, I went in kind of knowing what I was going to do, and that's always beneficial. Now, I hate that I didn't record any of my other art journal advents, because there are a few of them I really love, but yeah, it just didn't happen. Maybe I will. We've got a couple days left of it, so we'll see what happens. We'll see. Maybe. My desk has just been so messy this month that, oof, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. That is it. Hopefully I will try to get some more before the year is out, but I probably not before Christmas. We'll see. I might get a bug up my butt and get some more editing done, because I do have a couple other art journal pages, but we'll see. Here is wishing you a beautiful Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is you celebrate, and enjoy it to its fullest. I'll see y'all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.